Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the exact method that I use to eradicate norovirus in our large family. Now, this will work for you no matter how big or how small your family is. It's just the underlying principles that really matter. Some of this stuff may actually shock you. Okay, so I'm going to cover 5 different things. Number 1, you have to quarantine your child. Now, I was quarantining kids before quarantining was cool. This has gone back several years for us. I had to learn how to get rid of norovirus when our family got it about 5 years ago. And I kid you not, it took us 6 weeks to get it out of the house. So the first thing you have to do is you have to quarantine the sick person. Now, what that really means is that the sick person needs their own bathroom. And they have to use that bathroom every single time they go to the bathroom. Now, we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of why, because once I explain it to you, I think it'll make a lot more sense. So the reason why you have to quarantine the child needs their own bathroom, or the adult, it doesn't matter, is because norovirus is spread through vomit or feces. Those are the only 2 vehicles that can be used to spread it, okay? And the worst part is, you may be thinking like, that's not so bad, Ashley, because nobody's running around with that on their hands. Well, you would be surprised. You know how easy it is to catch norovirus? It's because proper hand washing has not been observed. Okay, the worst part of it is you are contagious. If you get norovirus, you are contagious for 7 days. If you don't believe me, look it up. You're contagious. You can spread the norovirus by having the smallest trace amount of vomit or feces on your hands or anywhere else. This is why it is 100% necessary that the person with norovirus has their own bathroom. I'm going to detail exactly how you have to treat this bathroom because you may be thinking, well, it doesn't matter if they have their own bathroom if they're not observing proper hand washing. You're right. You're smart. You're going to beat this norovirus. So let's keep going, and I will. So when I have a child with norovirus, we don't have an extra bathroom around here. Like, everybody shares a room. We have 10 kids, and so what ends up happening is the kid with norovirus ends up staying with us in our room because we have an attached bathroom. And so that's how we do it personally. We make sure, the kid gets plenty of interaction, and towards the end, we let the kid come out as long as they understand that all bathroom activity has to happen back in our bathroom. So, there's a TV up there, there's an iPad, plenty of food and water. I go up there several times a day. My husband actually works in our room, so he's there the whole time. So there's not a loneliness issue going on. There's plenty of interaction. That's how we personally do it. If you have a spare bedroom with an attached bathroom, that's the way to go for sure. Okay, so the second thing you need to know is that Lysol Spray is really the best way to kill the surface virus. You can try natural disinfectants if you want to. I'm gonna tell you though, I feel like when we had it for 6 weeks, I tried everything and nothing worked, but the Lysol Spray actually works. You have to check the different cleaners and see. Some, how disinfectants will say 99.9% effective? Well, a lot of times it's not effective in killing norovirus, and that's that 0.1%. So you have to check, but Lysol Spray does the trick. So this is the way that you have to actually, this is the method that you have to use. Anytime someone has vomited or had a bowel movement, this is what you have to do. You go into the area. It might even, if you want to be extra safe, which I always am, you might want to put on a mask. We all have masks right now, so it's not, it's not outlandish anymore to do this because particulates are in the air. So put on your mask, go into the bathroom, and you have to spray every single surface in the bathroom. Now, if your child closed the toilet lid before flushing, you don't have to be quite as militant about it, but if you're not sure, I would spray down everything. Otherwise, the smallest trace amount of this virus can get you sick. So I always start at the top of the toilet and go down, spray the handles really well. Basically every surface of the toilet, I spray around the toilet paper. I spray around the wall, anywhere that the child may have touched. Make sure to spray the top of the toilet seat, and then I go over to where hand washing should have taken place, and I spray down that whole area really, really well. I spray light switches, I spray doorknobs, I spray the countertops. Then, if I did not actually see the child wash his or her hands, I make them wash again, and I make sure to count to 20 seconds. Like, it has to be a very, very thorough hand washing. So that's why it's really important to have all of this happening in one bathroom, because otherwise you may not know if your child has had a bowel movement in another bathroom, and if somebody goes in there and it has not been properly disinfected, then the cycle continues, and then you have more kids to watch after. So that's why in our house it was absolutely imperative that we had one specific bathroom where all of the sick kids would go. Okay, the next thing that you need to know about norovirus, and this shocked me, hand sanitizer does not kill norovirus. So this is why it's so easy to pick up norovirus when your kid goes to school or Sunday school, because a lot of times, like, they're really vigilant, they're hyper vigilant about making sure everybody's using hand sanitizer. Well, it doesn't kill norovirus, so it doesn't do any good whatsoever. And this honestly may be one of the reasons why, you know, adults are spreading norovirus. They may think, oh, well, you know, I just use hand sanitizer, everything's fine, I'm not gonna get anybody sick, when in actuality, those germs are still all over your hands. So, like, use hand sanitizer, but if you have norovirus, or if one of your children has norovirus, they have to wash their hands for 20 seconds to kill the germs that are on their hands. Okay, the last thing that I want to tell you about is laundry sanitizer. Okay, this is the laundry sanitizer that I use. It's also made by Lysol. The great news is Costco carries this now. So you're going to want to make sure that when you're washing your sick child's clothes or bedding or towels, anything that they have used for that 7 days, that you are using this laundry sanitizer, because otherwise the germs may get killed in the wash, but I like to have this extra layer of protection, because if you're going through all of those other steps and for some reason the germs did not die in the washing machine, then you get to start all over again. So I buy this at Sam's now. They have it at Walmart. You can order it off of Amazon. It's fantastic. It's great for all viruses, but it does specifically kill norovirus. So that's a huge bonus. So let's review. Number one, your child or yourself, you are contagious for 7 days. In our house, that means that a sick child, a child that has had norovirus, does not go out into public, because I have this sickness philosophy. The virus stops here. For whatever it is, I really am very careful not to spread it on to the next family. I would personally appreciate it if the same care was taken, because I mean, there's so many of us. But that's another video. But the virus stops here, so your child will be contagious for 7 days. You need to quarantine. The child needs to have their own bathroom, and that is the only bathroom that they use. I have tried to do this on the honor system. I've tried to do this even with older kids. Say, okay, you know, you can come out of your room just as long as you only use this bathroom. They forget. That's why either having them in your room or having them in a spare room with an attached bathroom, it works the best. Even older teens have forgotten. You need to do the Lysol spray routine anytime there is a bowel movement or anytime the child has vomited. No hand sanitizer. Use soap and water. That's the only thing that will kill it. Make sure that you, the sprayer, the Lysoler, are also being very, very careful with your hand hygiene. Because if you are not thorough with washing your own hands after you spray everything down, you can take the virus out of the bathroom and then it's out in the house. So be very careful yourself. Hand sanitizer will not cut it. And the fourth thing is the laundry sanitizer. it's just an extra layer of protection. But I've got to be frank. Norovirus scares me to death. It does not scare me to death, but when we get it, it's before I figured out all of this stuff, it was terrible because I knew we would have 6 to 7 weeks of sickness. You know, and there's nothing worse than being woken up in the middle of the night by a vomiting child. So I hope that these tips are helpful for you. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I would love it if you would like this video and become a subscriber. I hope to see you next time. Bye. Get the camera just the right place. Okay. Flow there. Okay, let me do that over. I don't like that. Hang on. Okay.